Dr. Demartini, thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's a pleasure to have you, and I thank you for your time. For those of you who are joining us on the recording today, this is Dr. John Demartini. He's a human behavioral specialist, educator, and international published author and business consultant. And he is recently honored by the International Association of Top Professionals as the top human behavioral specialist in the world. And I am so grateful to have him in this time to be able to chat with him. Today, he'll be focusing on strategies on how to deal with challenging circumstances. So Dr. Demartini, if you can just take it away and share some wisdom that you have garnered over your 40 plus years of researching and traveling the world.
Certainly, thank you. Hi. It was William James, the father of modern psychology, that stated something over 100 years ago, that the greatest discovery of his generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their perceptions and attitudes of mind. We have control over three things in our life: our perceptions, our decisions, and our very actions. Because of that, it's not what happens to us that really matters. It's what we decide to do with it and how we perceive. If we see a crisis in our life, it is our choice to see it that way. The very thing that we think is a crisis always has two sides. There's always an opportunity in there for those that take the time to look and those that take the time to ask a new set of questions. The quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions you ask. If you ask, why is this happening to me? You'll probably go down an alley that will be not fulfilling. But if you ask the question, how is this experience helping me fulfill what's most deeply meaningful to me? How is it giving me an opportunity to do something more authentic? How's it giving me an opportunity to be maybe that entrepreneur that I've been thinking about? How's it giving me the opportunity to not be trapped in less than what I really love, but actually give me the opportunity to go out and do something even more inspiring than ever before? If you ask quality questions, you lead yourself to a quality life. Many people have been challenged by the coronavirus, but many people who have taken the time to reflect and look deeper and find out how it serves them instead of how it disserves them have turned the coronavirus into Saint Corona. It's a perception. It's what you decide to do with it. I know of a company that was running a business in Bali recently, and they've been shut down completely. But they realized a very important principle about human behavior, that there's never a crisis without a blessing, and the door never shuts without a window opening. And then they realized that there was a great need for another product, service, or idea that they had access to getting to people. And now they're flourishing. In 3 weeks, they've taken a business from shutdown into a flourishing opportunity. I'm a firm believer that no matter what happens in your life, the people around you need something. And if we care enough about humanity to find out what people need, there is always an opportunity to the person who's willing to serve. If we wallow in our own problems, we'll be trapped. But if we focus on what we can do to make a difference in other people's lives, we'll be released. It's not so much, again, what happens to us, it's what we decide to do. I know in my own life, I've had many challenges and crises along the way. But when I look back with hindsight, I realized that they were exactly what I needed to fulfill what I'm doing next. I didn't see them at the time. But why have the wisdom of the ages with the aging process? Why not have the wisdom of the ages without it? Why not look now at whatever's happening, how it can open the doorways for opportunity? Maybe you've been sitting in a position that you haven't really been inspired by, and now you have an opportunity to make the change. Maybe you've been sitting there hesitating and not having the confidence to go out and start your own entrepreneurial adventure, and now you have no reason not to. Maybe you have not been having the time for your family or your health, and maybe now you're getting that up to date, so you come back more refreshed. I want you to imagine this situation as a slingshot, and the more tension that you feel you're getting, once it's released, the higher you're going to go. The more down and out you've been, the more up and in you're capable of going. So again, it's not what happens to you, it's what you perceive, decide, and act upon. If you fill your day with the highest priority actions you can do each day, it can help you fulfill what's most deeply meaningful to you, that can serve the greatest number of people, the doors of opportunity start opening again. And little action steps make big dreams. Baby steps make big dreams. So I'm a firm believer that if we fill our day with high priority actions that inspire and serve, our day doesn't fill up with low priority distractions that cause us to be in pain. It is, again, not the outside world that determines our destiny. It's within. I said it on a movie many years ago, The Secret. When the voice and the vision on the inside is louder and more profound than all opinions on the outside, we've begun to master our life. So ask yourself, is the quality of your life basically the quality of the questions you ask? Ask yourself, how specifically is what's happening to me right now helping me fulfill what's most meaningful for me? And don't sit there and compare your day to what was the fantasies of the past, the way it used to be. Don't compare it to about the fantasies and unrealistic expectations you may be having. Look and get grounded in the present about what's happening and how do I use these resources and these situations right now to do the greatest amount of service for the greatest amount of people. When we focus on service to other people, we don't focus on our problems. We only have a fear of public speaking when we're worrying about what we look like when we're speaking, instead of when we focus on serving people. If we think about our speech to the people, we don't have a fear of speaking. The same thing in our life. Fear is an option. It's not because of what happens to around us. It's our perception of that. Fear is an assumption that we're about to have more drawbacks and benefits, and half of those aren't even coming true. They're just assumptions. And you can't have fear of the unknown. You have fear of the content that's in your mind that you conjured up because you're assuming the worst, instead of prioritizing the actions now to do something that's extraordinary that could do the best. So you have the capacity to take whatever's happening right now and turn to one of the greatest opportunities of your life, a turning point to go out and do something amazing. So I just wanted to take a moment to share that, because I'm absolutely certain that the very things that you think are setbacks right now, you'll look back and you'll be grateful for them in the future. Anything you're not grateful for at any time in your life is baggage. Anything you are grateful for becomes fuel. So think about who you, with your talents, could be of service to. And the doors of opportunity will open the moment you focus on the solution, not the problem. It's Bill Gates that asked a very simple question. What is the greatest thing, the highest priority thing I can do today with the resources I have today to serve the greatest number of people I can in the most effective and efficient way? There's nothing wrong with a wise question like that. And a wise question answer leads to a wise result. So I just wanted to share that with you, just in case you may be having a bit of challenge. Just know that you may be connecting with people you haven't connected before. Be grateful for what you have, and you'll have more to be grateful for. Anyway, it's not what happens to us, it's what we decide to do with it. It's time to do something extraordinary. Give yourself permission to do something extraordinary on planet Earth, and watch the opportunities around you synchronize. The people, places, things, ideas, and events in your life are waiting for you to make a decision to be of service and to make the difference that you desire.
Dr. Demartini, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. We met in January of 1996, and when I look back at where I was and where I'm at today, and also my purpose and where I see myself going, there were challenging times for sure. But when I look back, I see the blessings, the learnings, and the amazing people that I met along the way. And I would not want to change those circumstances. They were perfect as they were, even though I just felt, oh my goodness, I just feel like I'm suffering on the inside. But having done your work for so many years, I am noticing this on a daily basis, looking at the blessings in the crisis, even when it seems like perhaps there's no way out, but there's always perspective. So thank you. You have definitely changed my life since 1996, and I'm very grateful. And I know that those of you that are listening to this recording today do take what Dr. Demartini said to heart, and take a few moments, look at the different areas in your life, and take a look at where the blessings are, even if they're not exactly where you wish them to be. What are the blessings that you currently have? And make the choices that will help you move forward according to the way you see your life and you'd love your life to be. I know I still have more to go with mine, and but I have to thank you so much for Dr. Demartini, and congratulations on being honored. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share. Thank you.